Hello ENT students, this is Professor Bloomberg. I just wanted to make a quick video to talk to you about the culture essay assignment. I was reading some of the responses, including emails, discussion board forums. It seems like there may be just a little bit of confusion about the assignment, so the purpose of this video is just to walk you through it and talk about some of the things that I'm looking for in terms of the assignment. So I'm going to refer to the assignment sheet here as we go through it, and after reviewing this video, if there are still some questions you have or things that don't make sense, feel free to email me and I'd be happy to clarify. So again, going to the assignment sheet here, it says that you're focusing on informative writing, so you're going to inform an uninformed audience about a culture in which you belong. So the basis of this assignment is culture. Now, I've given you a definition of culture, which is defined as the traditions, art, religious beliefs, customs, and language of a particular group. There are lots of different ways to define culture, but this is a definition that I found that I think really does a good job of encompassing all aspects of how we look at culture and how it defines us as people. So we can look at it in different ways if we use that definition as a guideline to examine culture. We can look at it through ethnicity, and that's probably one of the obvious ways we can do it, and that's especially true if you think about your roots, your genetic background. The sheet gives some examples. If you're Irish American, Mexican American, African American, those are different ways that you can look at culture, and how mingling heritage into culture is one way to think about how these things have an impact upon our lives. But if ethnicity isn't something that really stands out, or it's just not a part of your culture you're interested in exploring, then you can also look at it from a geographical point of view in terms of the region that you're from. I've given the example that Appalachia culture is pretty rich. We have our own ways of talking in Appalachia. A good example from the sheet is go to New York and try to explain to someone what a holler is, that's where you're from. Probably going to get some strange looks. There's also, if you think about language and background and geography, it's pretty interesting because how do we refer to a large group as in second person, as in you all? Or sometimes in Appalachian culture we use the terminology yuns or yuans, which refers to more than one person. Now, if that seems like something that Appalachian folks should be subconscious about, it shouldn't be that way, because depending on where you're from, someone from New York, maybe certain parts of New York City, like the Bronx, for example, you might hear use or use guys to refer to more than one person, and that sounds equally strange to Appalachian people. Now, if none of that is really clicking for you, you can also note that culture can be examined through the term subculture. This applies to basically culture within culture, or groups or organizations. And I've just put some examples on your sheet, like cheerleaders, chemistry majors, Magic, the card game players, gamers, sometimes called video game players, Star Trek fans or Trekkies, athletes, computer technicians. But there's so many examples of subcultures. These are just some of them. If you work within a group and you have your own way of communicating, your own customs, your own traditions, then that is certainly indicative of a subculture. So if you find you're struggling to figure out something about yourself from an ethnicity or background point of view, you might consider a subculture. Here's the goal of the assignment. It's to think about who you are as a person and how your culture has shaped the person that you are today. It's a critical thinking type of assignment, and that's what we're aiming for. I want you to think very carefully And we're going to construct this essay in such a way that you're going to tie yourself into it. That's going to be really key to see how you bring yourself into this culture. You don't want to detach from it. You're not examining an outside culture. You're examining a culture to which you belong. So that's going to be really important for the assignment. The best place to start is at the beginning, which is why I'm having you do some pre-writing related to this assignment. Quick note about the pre-writing. There is not per se a set limit as far as how much you should have in your pre-writing, but if you do some free writing, you want to be about 10 minutes, and same thing for clustering, listing, any of those, spend at least 10 minutes, and I would say that's a minimum. But the goal is to get some ideas and really consider what your culture is and how you play a role in that culture and how it shaped and impacted your life. So I'm looking forward to seeing how things progress for you. This is a tough assignment, so if you have questions, feel free to let me know, and look forward again to seeing how this goes for you. So good luck, and more videos to come throughout the semester. Bye.